A need to know. This is a real fundamental, important concept in project-based learning. It's very important differentiation from other teaching methods. The project creates the need to know the content in the students. Traditionally in school, students learn stuff because they have to. It's going to be on the test. They want to please the teacher or their parents or the grade, or that might say it's more important for you later in life in school. But that may motivate only a few students. But if they're really exploring an interesting question or meeting a challenge, students are more motivated to learn. They have that need to know. Also, if they got to present to an audience, that creates a need to know. The need to know starts with an entry event, which sort of engages students and gets them going and sparks their curiosity, leads them to ask questions, like Mr. Simmons had a discussion with the students about why so many students were absent. And they also had a need to know the content and skills students learned because they were going to be presenting their products to the elementary school audience. Voice and choice means that students are given some degree of ownership of the process in a project. They feel more engaged, they feel like more independent thinkers if they're given a chance to express some voice and make choices during the project. If students are new to a project, new to PBL, students may not get as much voice and choice as if they're more experienced with PBL. But later on, teachers can give students choices over things like even the driving question itself, or what sub-questions they might inquire about, what products they might create, or who will be on their team, or what resources they'll use, how to organize their time and task. In the video, the students made choices about what kind of media they would produce, how to communicate their message to the audience, and how to make their presentations. Revision and reflection means that during a project, there should be some frequent and regular opportunities for students to get feedback from peers and from the teacher, or perhaps other adults if they're involved, so they can revise their work and make it better. For example, they might review their research notes or rough drafts, prototypes, critique happens, and they might practice their presentations to make them better. And this leads to high quality products, and the culture of critique and revision should be a part of every PBL classroom. In Mr. Simmons' classroom, you saw that the students were giving each other feedback on their work in progress as they went through and created their presentations and media products. A public audience is important in project-based learning because it's one of the ways, as I said before, to motivate students. And there are other good reasons for having a public audience. They need to think critically about their audience, so it encourages that critical thinking skill. What's best for this particular audience? Who are we speaking to? What questions might we be asked, and so forth. It gives the students a chance to show that they've built their skills and they are exhibiting their work as proof to their community. It's a way for a school to be accountable beyond just its test scores. And it sort of finishes the project with a bang. And as we saw on this project, Mr. Simmons' students presented to the elementary school audience with the parents and students in the audience, and Claire from the video. And it's sort of a way to celebrate and show the world what your students can do too, and it impresses people and helps them celebrate a job well done. So when you're designing a project, think about those 8 elements and ask